Hey guys, this is Dr. Brown with drbrownsmusic.com, and I am doing segment 2 of a 3-part video. So if you missed the first one, it was called Tactics to Build Success for Novice Male Singers. And I gave you some introductory strategies there. And now we're going to go through some goals. So we got goal 1, step 1, and step 2. So the goal is to pour a foundation of confidence and self-efficacy, which means just confidence, that makes them believe that they can do it. So here's what I decided to do years ago, and it's worked for me every time. There are a few times when as teachers, as you know, that it'll work every time, but this one has worked every time. So what I do is I get my young male singers who are not used to singing in ensembles, and I find out where their habitual speaking frequency is. This is what they're used to hearing in their head anyway, right? So hopefully the way I do it is I get them to read something to me, all right? So I can either use the piano keyboard to figure out where their frequency is. Like for me, if I were just to kind of monotone things and read it like this, that's my habitual frequency. So that's the note you're looking for, the target note. The tricky part is obviously if you're a female, a younger female, you cannot match their pitch and their octave, and please don't try to. The research says that the young male singers do better with male voice models. So if you've got a colleague, even an assistant band director, whatever, somebody that could help you do your vocal placements for your young guys coming in, that would be super helpful. So anyway, have them model that pitch and then have the boys sing it back. And then what you do is I just have them do like 3 simple notes. If you're thinking solfege, it's do, re, do, ti, do. So just 3 notes. Or you can just go vive, vi, vo, vu, or whatever you want to do in order to have them hone in on that frequency that they're used to. And hopefully they'll nail it every time. The boys that I have auditioned like this, or really not auditioning, but doing vocal placement, they've been successful every time. So it's a really cool thing to do. There's a couple of pitch analysis apps that you can use. One of them that I have on my iPad is called Pitch Checker. And so you can, if you've got some scientific, really nerdy types, you can really go all scientific with them and show them the app. And, okay, I'm going to get you to read this paragraph. Just read it in your normal speaking voice. Because we got to start somewhere. So once you start with the speaking voice, all you do is you say, look, speaking is what you do normally. Singing is just extended speech. That's what I just did. I sang a note by extending my speech out. So if you can just get their boys to think about that a little bit and get them to reproduce their tone and match that for them, then you can say, see, look, I told you could sing, you could do it, you can do it. So you could just move up short little scales. Don't go far. Now, we're not trying to get octave even. Just if you go like a 4th up or 3rd down, you're doing great. So don't go anywhere further than that. But get them to think that they can sing. So that's the most important thing. So if you do that, you've got a novice singer with some confidence. Now you can do just about anything, all right? But we just got to start with a few notes. So that step 1 is building their foundation of confidence with finding their vocal range with their habitual frequency, speaking voice. All right, step 2. So building their range. Now we're talking about their singing range. Establish a basic understanding of the vocal apparatus with them. You don't have to get, they don't care about all the stuff, but have them understand what's going on. Do some basic vocal exercises with them. One of the terms I use a lot is that most boys are not tone deaf, which is, by the way, called amusia, and it's less than 1% of the population. They're tone lazy. They don't understand how to support the tone with their diaphragm and use diaphragmatic breathing in order to produce a good sound. So they've got to learn all these things. One of my boys, God bless him, it took him 1.5 years. He's a quiet young man. He came in as a freshman last year, very quiet, reserved. He didn't have any siblings to yell at or anything. So it took him literally 1.5 years to understand how to breathe correctly. He's doing it now, and he's becoming one of my leaders, and he's a sophomore. So this is what we strive for, right? So anyway, don't when you're starting off on the vocal ranges, don't go anything higher than a fifth. The worst thing that you could possibly do is try to get them to sing like Happy Birthday. Although everybody knows the song, it's a full octave, ba, 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 and they can't do it. And then they'll start back thinking, oh, I can't sing. You got to stay away from that. So you gotta stay in there, stay where they feel comfortable, and start building from that. I always start low and get the basses to go as high as they comfortably can, adding baritones and tenors as you ascend. But make sure you tell them to drop out when it starts to feeling the least bit uncomfortable, and keep the energy and encouragement going the whole time. You can even make it a competition with incentives and stuff like that, like kind of have a sing-off type thing. So anyway, it's super fun, and they really get into it, and it's really great for the first day, and it may take a while, especially if you got a big class or a lot of guys to go through, but they'll be patient with you and help you get through that. So that's step 2, building the range. So just recap real quickly. Pour a foundation of confidence and self-efficacy by helping them understand they really can sing, but keep it simple. Determine their vocal range and potentially voice part by finding their habitual frequency. And then step 2, build that range in small, very small chunks. And if at all possible, with a male model to help them at the beginning until they understand octaves and stuff like that if you're a female helping them out. Okay, so that's enough for segment 2, and we're going to do steps 3 and 4 in the next segment. Thanks for your patience.